Hi everyone, Dr. Rory Stern of ADHDFamilyOnline.com, and I'm here to talk to you, about ADHD. You see, there's a lot of information out there on the internet, in books, in popular culture, in the media. There's a lot of talk about ADHD, what it is, what it means to be, and quite frankly, I see that a lot of it is completely inaccurate, totally off base, and quite frankly, overshoots the mark of focusing on what's really important. So that's why I've put together a series on ADHD. Really going to talk about some of the basic fundamental information about ADHD and what it means to have it, what it's like to live with it, how does it get diagnosed, what is it really like to live with ADHD, and what is really possible. Those are some of the things we're going to get into. And I want to talk about these because, again, quite frankly, I think there's a lot of information that's just not being shared out there. I think there's the wrong messages being delivered by the medical community as far as what ADHD is and what it means. If you search the internet or if you've looked at all about what is ADHD, well, I know for a fact you've come across the standard definition, medical definition of ADHD is a neurobiological condition, blah, 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 blah. Listen, you can read in books all you want about what it means to what ADHD really is, what it means, but I don't think it captures what's really going on, and it certainly doesn't do justice to what it's like to live with ADHD, to be affected by ADHD, to be a loved one living with someone who has ADHD. So that's another thing we're going to be talking about. Let me start today with a general overview of what ADHD is. Okay, ADHD is being called a deficit, a disorder in the medical community. And that might be right, it might be wrong. I don't certainly agree with the name ADHD with being a deficit or a disorder. I look at ADHD more as a condition, and I look at it more as differences in the brain. And those differences in the brain, yes, they do lead to challenges. They do present extra struggles and challenges for people who are living with ADHD. But what I want to differentiate here, and what I think often doesn't get discussed, is that there are people who don't have ADHD who have similar challenges in life, who have different struggles in life, who need different things. And that's where my definition of ADHD really changes a little bit, is that who are we to think that with 6 billion people on this planet, that all of our brains are going to be exactly the same, and that all of our brains are going to function and exist in the same structure as everybody else? And who are we to believe that as 6 billion people on this planet, every single person is going to learn the same way, or respond the same way, react the same way? So yes, well, ADHD is very real, and we will talk about that. I want to let you know that for me, ADHD is more about differences. And the key to success, we'll talk about success later, the key to success with ADHD is understanding your differences. How are you different in life? What do you need? And what is it going to take to get you there? That's my definition for ADHD and what it means to live with it. All the other challenges, everything else that goes along with it that you hear about in the media, there is some accuracy to it. But I think what's really going on is downplayed and really misidentified. So we'll get into all of those things in this series, but I think, again, we need to start with a real definition of ADHD, not the scientific definition. I'll talk to you guys next time.